Hello, everyone. How are we doing? Oh, let me turn on the chat real quick. Okay, there we go. We are going to be playing Levia today. I was originally gonna maybe make this like a Marlin stream, but then I feel like I've been playing like so much Marlin lately that it's been like kind of driving me nuts. So I want to like kind of get a little bit of like a break and kind of play something a little bit different. So we're gonna be trying out some of the new cards that we saw over the weekend. So I think one of these is basically like Levia gets a blue 6, which is pretty cool. And then this card also like turns on Blood Debt, which is pretty sick. And then I also want to play with Soul of Existence. I don't know if this card is like actually good in Levia, but like having a purple pitch is fun, so we're gonna be doing that. And then other than that, I think it's like a pretty much stock standard Levia list. We also got Corrupt and Conquer, which like I don't know, like this card I assume is pretty good in Levia. I just don't know like how often you're getting like the play from banish mode out of it, but it still seems like pretty good. So we're gonna be trying some new things today. And then sideboard's like pretty much whatever. I was originally like cutting Hellhammer from this list, but I feel like you probably want this in like more aggressive matchups, so I think we're gonna be running it today. But I could also see like there's some world where maybe if you get like enough Blood Dead support, maybe you just do like Mono Hexagore or something crazy like that. Shadow Realm Horror Stonks. I know this card is like kind of crazy. I guess you can. Oh yeah, I guess you can like Shadow Horror like play out the Corrupt and Conquer. That's also like pretty cool. So like I feel like this card is good. I just don't know if you have like all the support for it yet. And I feel like you also kind of struggle a little bit as Levia currently like making like the Gate to Irithel tokens. I think the only way she has to make them right now that's like kind of good is like Pull from Beyond. So we could try running this card. This card might not be bad. Like maybe we experiment with this as like a 2-of or something. But yeah, we'll try a couple things tonight. Kind of just want to have some fun because it's been a while since we've played Levia, and I think the hero's like actually like I think this is like probably one of the more fun heroes in the game. So we'll go ahead and give her a shot. But yeah, we'll play some Marlin probably on Monday. Just so we have a little bit of like a break because I was playing Marlin all weekend. This should still be a good time. I'm excited to play some Marlin or some Levia today, but also some Marlin. I also just want to play with Soul of Existence because this card's so cool. Just having like a 4-pitch is kind of wild. Blue in place of Pound of Flesh could be decent. So I think I was debating on whether or not to run Pound of Flesh. I don't know if it's better than Convulsions. Maybe it is. Sorry, I like ran this list by like my Levia experts in the Flesh and Bad Discord server. So like we were kind of like going back and forth between like Convulsions and also like Pound and some other cards. I also got like Rock Ride Rodeo because if we want to run Hellhammer in some matchups, like I don't think we it would like basically get turned off as soon as you swing the hammer, right? Which is kind of bad. I also think like this card is probably going to end up being good. Maybe. This card almost seems like if you have like enough Blood Debt density could be interesting, but I don't think like we currently have enough to like make this actually worth it. We shall see though. I need to also make sure I just like actually I'm in the lobby. Oh, maybe I'm not. Oh, I made it private. Hold on. Shit. 1 second. I don't know why it like defaults to private for me. Weird. I'm trying to think like what other cards. I really like also like the idea of Tear Limb from Limb, but I don't know if this card's like necessarily good. I also want to like find an excuse to run Shade and Death Hydra, but I don't think that we're ever gonna get to that point where we're desperate enough to run this. People are doubling. Sorry, hold on. I gotta like zoom in to read that. People are doubting, but Turbo Bloodletting with BDF could be really good with Soul of Existence. I think that could be interesting. I kind of almost feel like they don't want this card to be good, but maybe not. Like maybe they just will print enough Blood Dead support where this card will actually be good. Hard to tell. Like there's already like a pretty decent like density of it. All right, playing against a Marionette. So I think we want to go first into them, right? And then is this a Hexagore matchup or is this a Hellhammer matchup? I feel like this is not like an aggro matchup. So I'm kind of leaning towards like maybe we play a little bit more mid-rangey. Maybe like Savage Sash. Do we need Husk in this matchup? Husk is like probably fine. And then maybe just run the main 60, something like this. We could also run the Engulfs. I think Engulf's good. Maybe do like 2 Engulfs. Run the Hungering Slaughter Beast or something like that. Alright, chat's gonna have to help me out with the sideboard because I have no idea how to sideboard this deck. You can also cut like Convulsions or something. Do something like that. Oh, that's right. No, you need Husk. Dagger for 15 demands Husk. Okay, fair enough. Okay, what do we have in the opener here? So you have Agile Windup plus Call of the Grave, which is pretty sick. What are we calling for? I guess it's a better question. I think we just want to take a little bit set up here. No, you need Husk, or Burst Flames, I think, agrees with the Husk sentiment. What do we want? What an Engulfing Shadow. This would be put into your graveyard from anywhere, instead banish it. Okay, no, we can't do this. We have to like play this out naturally. Or no, this also this banishes face up though. All right, hold on. It's been a while since I played Levia, so you'll have to bear with me. I think we just want to throw something like random in the bin. Maybe just throw like a Boneyard Marauder or something. I just take a little bit of a setup turn here. I guess we can Arsenal the Screamer. Oh, you know a thing or two about Levia being a mod for Ethan and all? Okay, so Deep Rooted I don't think we have a Deep Rooted Evil on the list. Should I be running Deep Rooted Evil? Maybe that's a consideration. All right, what do we got? So we have 3 cards in the bin, which is good. So we can start kind of turning on our Blood Dead here. All right, and they're starting with a pain in the backside. They have 2 reds in hand. So I may be incentivized to just kind of block a little bit here. I think this is probably worth. Although we are putting like a blue non-6 in the yard. I don't know a dang thing about this hero. Me neither. We're gonna learn together. That's the way I think about it. I'm gonna need the moral support because I can imagine the Levia players are gonna be fucking mad at me after this, but that's okay. We're gonna do our best here. Back in the day, I would count every Blood Debt death he had before the Demi hero came out. That's very funny. I think we're just gonna take the Kiss of Death here. I don't think there's any real incentive to block, but we will see. I'm also kind of curious if this is like actually right to run Hexagore in this matchup. Nice seeing this weekend, Alex's brother. I'm here for the Levia judging. I'll be here. Yeah, it's nice as what Alex's brother. What is your name? Sorry, I forgot your name. I know you as Alex's brother. Wait a minute, this isn't Mansand's channel. We're doing our best here. I kind of actually like want to just like block out the Cleave to kind of deny the flip here since they already flicked. This like might be worth it. Feels like a little bit wrong. We will see. So, do you want to turn out Blood Debt this turn? I guess we're not really using the agility here, which is like kind of fine. Just do something like this, and then we can pay him the gauntlets and send Beast with them. Oh, Ian, yes. I feel like I did know that, actually. Well, it was nice meeting you, Ian. Hexagore is like the go-to weapon now. Okay, interesting. Can we cut Hellhammer from the sideboard? I feel like so I did like a couple practice games with just Hexagore, and I felt like I struggled. Oh, we can't gauntlets, never mind. We can still do this though. I feel like I struggled into like the aggro matchups where like I wasn't able to turn on Hexagore like fast enough, and I wanted the Hellhammer, but I don't know if that's like actually like a reasonable scenario. That could also just be being bad with the deck or whatever. All right, we got 2 Blood Debt going so far, so that's good. So yeah, I think the way the lists are gonna probably shake up is like the turbo Blood Debt thing, like I think someone in chat was mentioning earlier. Kind of seems like what they want to be doing with it. Ooh, we have Solo Existence as well. That's kind of spicy. I think we're just gonna engulf this here. Or actually, hold on. Let me actually block with the Soul Harvest instead here. Because that way we put a 6 in the yard and then we can like keep this maybe? Or no, I guess we're always going to be like discarding it though. No, I think we are engulfing still, right? Hellhammer isn't bad. It's for the super fast matchups really. If we weren't on Hex, it also for turning on that one game where you swing or the other claws. Okay. I've heard the thing about the new claws being like super good, like the ones that you can like banish yourself. I watched I forget whose video it was. If someone knows, link in chat. But they did like a breakdown of why the Hexagore or the Hex what are these called? The Hex gauntlets are like the best thing in Levia. Someone link that video in chat if you know what I'm talking about. But I think that's a pretty good idea. Oh, now we get to go Soul of Existence. So we discarded the Soul Harvest, which is fine. It just fuels our graveyard. The problem is we are going to be taking a little blood debt here. Just mildly concerning. And then I get, so we have 3 blood debt. We're taking 3 damage for Exegor, so this is like coming in for 3 value. Kind of seems like it's still worth. Taking a lot of damage this turn, though. It's a little scary. But I think we should probably just be aggressive in this matchup. Soul still seems really good, though. I think this card is going to actually be kind of cracked. All right, so we take 3, go to 27, get to keep an arsenal. Oh my god, it's so good. Swinging 12 off 1 pitch card. It seems like it would be good. But again, I could see like there being a world where like maybe Levia players are less than enthused about the card. So hold on, let me think about this hand more than not at all. So I think we want to do like Shadow Realm Horror to Mark of the Beast ideally. There's a decent chance that we get to like maybe play out a Dread Screamer. So I feel like we banish the Graveling Growl to like maximize that chance. When are we getting Purple Fin Harpoon? Hopefully soon. It seems like the next logical step in the Marlin evolution. Alright, so what are they getting here? They're just getting like Aspect of... I think we want this to hit us, right? I think I'm like fine with this. Because then they can maybe just like turn on our like give us an additional card in Blood Debt so we can get to Plasma Effect faster. Makes sense to me. Or what are they doing? Interesting. Oh, they didn't want an Arsenal, that's why. Okay. Sure. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have 5 hits out of 6, so we're guaranteed. So if we hit the Dread Screamer, I think we get to go get another attack, right? Or I think the Wild Ride also works for that. Is that how that works? You may play a card, banish this way this turn. So yeah, we could do either. So yes, we can play either of those, and then we don't need to gain an action point. So we don't do this. Okay. I'm figuring it out. Sorry. It's been a while since I played Levia, so my brain doesn't fully work on it. Now the question is, do we get greedy with the Wild Ride, or do we play the Dread Screamer instead? I guess we're going to 3 cards in graveyard anyways afterwards, so we could get greedy. I feel like that's like kind of dangerous though when we are like already have like a decent enough banish. Maybe this is fine. I'm gonna take the not greedy line because I feel like if we whiff on the Wild Ride, then we're like losing another 5 points or whatever. Feels kind of bad. Oh, I guess we only go to 2 cards in graveyard though, so it's like a little bit worse. We could also just like Hexagore here, which is also 5, but we're taking 1 extra damage. I think maybe this is better. Just like guarantee we keep the Mark of the Beast for next turn so that we can like turn off Blood Debt if we need to. Alright, probably looking for an opportunity to use the Husk at some point though. I think we're in an okay spot here still. Keeping healthy graveyard is good. Yeah, it's like the difference between keeping the healthy graveyard and like whiffing off the extra 5 damage. So it feels a little bit weird. This hand's a little bit of a brick because we also like went to only 2 cards in graveyard, which is a bit awkward. Wait, whenever a card is put into your banish zone. Wait, can I play this and then also play the Shadow Realm Horror afterwards? Or like play Hexagore afterwards? Is that how that works? We close chain, we gain an action point. Graveyard management is the key to this hero. Swing 6, take 1, that's 7 value. Yeah, I'm imagining we probably get a card that's like better than. Hold on, I think this works, right? If I'm not mistaken, we can like close the chain. This goes to banish, and then we get the action point back to play Shadow Realm, or we can even just Hexagore Arsenal this. I think that works, right? Right, they played Lair of the Spider, sure. So now we gain the action point, and then we just like Hexagore for 6. I think that seems good. So they do get a 5-card hand. And then we get to just Arsenal the Shadow Realm. Seems pretty decent. Oh yeah, I didn't talk about this card also. This card also seems really good. Just like getting... So it makes like a 6/6 ally that you can't attack with as far as I know. But you still get to like... It still like soaks up 6 damage and then also lets you like play things from your banish, which is pretty cool. I think I'm starting to get the hang of it a little bit. I don't know if this is like a matchup where we want those other gloves, like the what are they called? The Hex Gauntlets. But having extra armor seems like pretty okay. Yeah, I think we're doing pretty okay here. Again, you'll have to forgive me because it's kind of been a while. Okay, we gotta mark the Black Widow. I would ideally like to keep this hand. I feel like this is like probably the opportunity for the Husk. Yeah, you want damage for average per turn to be at least 15 is the goal. Okay. Good to know. I feel like there's even a world where we like maybe just scaling this, but how do they pump this even more? I guess they like T-Tox me or something. Like most likely they're just like red backing giving this go again. I feel like if they do make us discard, it's like not the end of the world. So let's go ahead and just give them the Husk here. I think that seems fine. If they do make us discard, I don't think it's the end of the world. We just get rid of the beckoning and then we get to keep this hand hopefully. New Plasma needs a banish on their turn to keep it around 2. Tricky with current cards, but doable. Interesting. Yeah, maybe it's like not quite good yet, but it does seem like it's like pretty threatening, I guess. Alright, so you can stuff this with the Scowling, or just like force them to banish and then they're drawing a random card. That seems okay. And then we just get to keep a 5-card Blood Rush hand. Seems good. Not gonna question it. Yeah, I don't know. So the wording on that ally is weird. It makes me like think that there's like more banish payoffs or something. I don't know. Maybe this card's not actually quite good yet. Alright, play the Blood Rush though. Oh, we draw another Blood Rush. Are we playing that or are we playing the Shadow Realm? Or I think we just play this, right? It's almost certainly good to just double Blood Rush. Okay, seems good. So, well, I guess the problem with Blood Rush is that we like kind of ruin our graveyard slightly. Maybe that was greedy. Although I don't know what we would have done differently necessarily. Let's just like hope for the best here, I think. Oh no. Alright, we got ruined. Or no, we did get ruined, right? Alright, so that was the reason to not play the second Blood Rush, is so that we make our graveyard a little bit better. Yeah, we're okay, I'm learning, sorry. That was definitely a punt. Levia punt. Unfortunate. It's still fine. Well, it's not good, no. We also probably should have gauntlets beforehand, but that's on me. Okay, they're still taking 4 here, going to 6, and then we Arsenal Shadow Realm. This could be worse. So yeah, I think the reason why we don't play out the second Blood Rush is so we like make our graveyard a little bit better. Okay, but we still have the Engulfing Shadows here, so we should still be fine-ish. So we can just play this out. See what they do, though. This could potentially be a blowout if they're trying to do, like, Codex after this. Graveyard management is the key. We gotta learn. We'll learn the painful way. So let's start by... What's the best way to sequence this? So we currently have 2 misses. So the odds of the second Shadow Realm working are pretty high. We would have to hit both the Blood Rush and the Scaling for it to not have go again. So I think that's probably still the move. Okay, we hit all 3, which is very good. So that means we get to play another Shadow Realm. But we should close the chain first so that we can have the best opportunity to roll twice. Okay, they're inertia trapping, sure. Okay, so we close chain. We play out the Blood Harvest. So we go to 13 now. I mean, Ethan did have the count to prove it. That's fair. Okay, so we can either play out... Alright, there's 2 options here, I guess. Maybe there's not really an option. I feel like we're always just playing out the second Shadow Realm and just kind of hoping. So it's basically 50-50, right? Because we either hit 1 and 2... I think it's exactly 50-50. But I guess we should still do this, and then... Because I want to, like, ideally just play out the Corrupt and Conquer on the back end of this, and just try to kill them. Okay, we hit the 50-50. Pretty good. So they go to 1 here, and then we just finish with the Corrupting... Or no, sorry, we can't finish with Corrupting Conquer. We just finish with Hexagore. Okay, still works. Pretty good showing for the first game. Like, if you're dumpstering Marionette, I feel like second Shadow hitting ends the game. Yeah, it's pretty good. That was kind of a sick game. I feel like the Blood Rush turn was probably bad, but we kind of compensated by just, like, kind of dumpstering with them with the rest of the deck. I kind of actually want to change some things up. I feel like... Okay, so let me read this Plasma Fed token one more time, because reading is the challenge here. So... if once per turn you may banish an action card with Blood Depth from your banish zone, at the beginning of each end phase you may banish a card from your hand. Then if you haven't banished a card with Blood Depth this way, destroy this. So, like, it's kind of card neutral if you think about it, because you're like having to, you get to like play the card you banish. It's almost like it's giving you like a Vinset effect, which is interesting. Huh? Is this card like actually good? Like, maybe we just want, like, a better... Maybe we want, like, a better card than this. Was that a high roll that looked one-sided as heck? I think that was just, like, a normal... There wasn't anything, like, particularly compelling. I guess our, like, Shadow Realms hit, which was kind of nutty. You know what, funny, as card players, reading is hard. It's true. Like, is this card, like, actually good, though? Like, maybe this card's just, like not quite good enough yet. Card is good, but needs care, I think. Okay, let's cut this card for now, because I don't know if we have the support for it. What I kind of want to do is actually try out... Where is it? This Pull from Beyond. Is Pull from Beyond maybe better than this card right now? It might be. Maybe we try, like, 2 of these, and then add in, like, another yellow Hungering Slaughter Beast or something like that. Let's try something like that. Because I think this card is, like, also draft, but the idea of making, like, Gate to Earthels is, like, kind of compelling. Where did I put that other yellow? Okay. So maybe add that back, and then run it like this for a little bit, and just see if this card's any good. I kind of just want to, like, try out the new cards more than anything. But I'm kind of, like, hesitant on this card, because I feel like the support's, like, not quite there yet. But we'll try it as a 2-of and just kind of see how it goes. But, yeah, that was a pretty good, impressive game for the first showing. I think I had, like, a Levia game that I was playing... like, kind of off camera, where I had, like, 200 damage or something like that, against a Jarl. So I feel like the Hexagore ends up doing quite a bit of work. But yeah, let's see how the other games go. I think Levia is currently, like, the easiest hero to try to, like, experiment with right now. Oh, hold on a second. I actually might need to pause this stream real quick. Give me 1 sec. Right, we'll wait for a game while I check this thing real quick. Give me 1 second. Also, did I make the game private? Hold on. Let me make sure it didn't get set. Okay, I think I was on public. Okay. I'm gonna actually go ahead and take a little bit of a break from the stream right now, just because I have a work thing I might need to check on. I guess we can try an Azuri game real quick. Let me do. Let's bring in the DRX and maybe cut Hungering Slaughter Beast or something like that. Maybe we can cut the Pulper Meons or something. Do like a little mix of the two. Okay, let's start playing the Beast Within. Sure. Oh, we're running Hex Gauntlets in this matchup. I don't know if that's correct. I guess we'll try it out. Sorry, I'm a little bit distracted between my two computers right now. Okay. Could try to just YOLO the tear limb from limb here. I think I like just like blocking 7, trying to fill up the graveyard. Gauntlets plus Hooves is on-demand action point. Yeah, I watched the video on that. It seems pretty cool. Might as well give it a try this game. Okay, cool. Cool. I do not have to actually go for work. If Marlon can have pseudo husk, can we have pseudo snappies? I think everyone's allowed a little snappies as a treat. All right, we had a corrupt and conquer off the top. That's kind of sweet. Okay. And then Boneyard Marauder. Okay, just coming in for 12. Seems pretty good. I'm happy that I don't have to actually stop the stream right now to go help. Okay, back to what's important, the game. All right, so that was like a 19 value turn or something. That's pretty good. Little bit of like RNG dependence though, I guess. Oh, let me get these hooves off the stream. Okay, another isolate. I feel like I should also be running Huskin to Azuri, most likely. Probably. Could also just block here. Maybe block with like Mark of the Shadow Beast, just kind of fuel the Blood Debt a little bit. Alright, let's see what they got. Annihilate the Armed. I don't feel like we actually like want to block this, so I don't think we will. Interesting. Alright, they hit a mark. So, I mean, we're already at like kind of a good amount of Blood Debt right now. Interesting. How early do you want to flip into Plasma Fed, I guess is the question. Like, we're almost at also Hexagore being fully turned on, which is pretty sick. We could also pop Hooves just to do another 6 here, which is, like, tempting. But we also just can, like, Arsenal the Engulfing, so, like, maybe we don't have to do it, like, right away. Oh, I guess the reason to do that would be... The reason to do that would be to not discard the Deadwood Rumbler, I guess. I guess we can still YOLO this. Sorry, I don't know if that was actually the right play. A little bit of a weird turn. But we have a Blood Rush now, so can't be too upset about that. You just get to keep an arsenal. Okay, so what does Azuri say again? Banish card. So they have to like swap a stealth thing, right? That's how this works. So I would ideally like them to not blow up my arsenal, so we can maybe just like give them armor here and hope for the best. It really depends when you flip and which one. Consumed with not a ton of blood debt with Gogans in there is like the best option for most heroes. Sometimes you don't get to choose that. Okay, interesting. I feel like there's like a lot of complexity to this hero that like is kind of locked behind tons of people just like playing Levia for years. Definitely seems like it's one of those like very like you have to play this deck a lot to really kind of get the play lines like fully kind of fleshed out. I'm kind of tempted to almost overblock this because like they could have like a shred or something, which would be kind of annoying. I feel like giving one card to this is like probably worth it. Although I feel like we could also like gamble on the flesh bag and maybe hope for the best. But them having like a 3-card hand there is scary because it means that they probably like want to do something else. I don't know. I feel like that was maybe like a little bit of a kind of scared play, but I think it like still kind of makes a bit of sense. Okay, and now we have a Dread Screamer into potential Endless Maw. Can we do everything here? So this would cost 1, this would cost 2. I feel like the Savage Dash doesn't actually do anything here. Because we can always at least end the turn on Hexagore for 8, which seems good. And then there is a small chance that the Dread Screamer whiffs here. Is there anything we can use this Hooves for, I guess is a better question. So we have 4 resources. This would cost 1, this would cost 2, this still costs 2. I don't think there's any way to make this math work out in our favor. So I think we're just doing this, right? Interesting. Still not a bad turn. Just get to send 16 damage off a Blood Rush and then Arsenal the Maw for next turn. Seems alright. Do have to be a little bit cognizant of fatigue, though. But they should at least buy a couple cards from hand, and maybe they take a little bit of an off turn here. It seems like they're kind of on maybe more of a fatiguey Azuri, which is a bit scary. Keeping a Blood in Arsenal almost always great. Okay, I'm glad I made potentially the right play here. Okay, Codex, sure. It's a little bit annoying because they do have a leave no, but can at least kind of do something here still. So we give up the Hooves, and then I almost like want to put the Dread Screamer in the yard, but I don't know if there's a clean way to do this. I feel like the play might be to like Sats this turn, play Wild Ride. Does this, hold on, maybe this doesn't work. Maybe we do this, and then we like try to play out both the Dread Screamer and the Wild Ride. That also feels like it doesn't work. How do I do everything here? Well, we're almost certainly always blocking with Hooves. Now, what are we doing otherwise? It feels weird. Maybe it's still we're blocking with Dread Screamer. Okay, this seems fine. Yeah, I don't know if there's a better play there. All right, let's start with the well, problem with the Harvest and the Convulsions together is like kind of awkward. I guess we should theoretically always be able to a minimum Hexagore, so maybe this ends up being like kind of fine. Oh no, hitting the Tear Limb from Limb is bad there. That's still kind of okay. I feel like Wild Ride is like kind of a bad card, but I feel like you need it, maybe. Maybe you don't need it. I don't know. It feels like it's a good card until it isn't. Alright, let's see what they end up doing here. At least we can still like kind of turn off Blood Debt for a turn, so it's not like the end of the world. Oh, wait, we still get our action point. Oh, wait, this card's broken. I forgot. I forgot this card was broken. Hold on. Okay, I saw the line, chat. I saw the line. It's okay. For anyone who is like screaming at their monitors right now, don't you worry. I found the line by taking the only action that I could have potentially taken. This hero's hard. That's the perfect evaluation of Wild Ride. It's bad, but we need it for the go again. Yeah, kind of like once a Levia maybe gets like a better card in the new set, maybe you replace it, but I don't know. It still seems like it's fine. I forgot how broken what's the card? Blood Harvest is? Like just getting like turn on your legs to get Gogan is like kind of nutty. This hero's like so much fun. Like I think it's only gonna get more fun as we get spoilers. So I'm actually very excited that they're like giving this hero a bit of attention. Okay, surgical. Interesting. I think this just means we're like giving up the sash. I also probably like misboarded for this matchup. I should be on carry and Husk almost 100%. But I feel like it kind of ends up working out here, I guess. Alright, we're still going to Blood Rush here. See what we got. Okay. Endless Maw, potentially turn off the Blood Debt. Seems reasonable. Almost whiffed on that, but I guess it doesn't really matter too much because we do have the Gauntlet still. Okay, get 3 cards. Man, do I love this hero. It's fun. This is like probably, like, in terms of fun, this is like one of the most top tier heroes, I think. Okay, Codex is bad, but that's fine. This still, like, is okay for us. I guess, hold on. What do we want them to banish, if anything? Because they're going to be able to hit us, right? So I guess we, like, say no blocks, we take the 4. And then we just try to, like, YOLO with the Shadow Realm Horror. It's, like, could end up being okay. Although I imagine I probably still, like, ended up misplaying at some point this game. Probably multiple points, if anything. But we do have a decent graveyard. The 2 Terror Limb from them are a little scary, though. Alright, let's hope for the best here. Alright, we hit. That's great. So we still get to, like, send Hexagore here, which is pretty nice. I'm gonna go ahead and have my Yogurt as well. Having 6 damage weapon that costs, or 5 damage weapon, I guess in this case, but 6 damage weapon that costs 2 is also, like, kind of grody. I feel like we're almost getting, well, we still have, like, a bit of life we have to kind of lose here. I feel like I kind of want to block a bit less here. Alright, Snipe through, so they get to potentially swap this. If you hit with the dagger, this combat chain gets go again. Sure. So we will say no blocks. Okay, Eradicate is potentially annoying. Those are some good hits. So I think we're starting with the Shadow Realm and maybe trying to like Arsenal Dread Screamer into turn. Do have some whiffs. Like if we hit 2 of these, it's bad, but I feel like we're like more likely than not to hit. Maybe that means we're actually supposed to like play the Dread Screamer first, just because we're more likely to hit 1. Like this insulates us against just the 1 banish. Okay, we would have hit, unfortunately, but it's still fine. I feel like this was maybe the safe line, but it also like makes our Blood Debt, or like it makes the graveyard weird if we like do end up hitting, I guess. Interesting.
Kind of trying to walk down the life totals a little bit just so that we can like flip a little bit more safely. But it's hard to know like when exactly you're supposed to be flipping. This next hand seems pretty good. Soul of Existence, like you can do like Agile Wind Up on the Endless Maw or something like that. It's exciting. I imagine we're probably just gonna get disrupted. Or actually, if they end up shakedowning us, they could go for blues and then like hit the Soul of Existence, which would be funny. Wait, can you even hold on? What does shakedown say? Shake down. Oh, you can not name purple to shakedown, which is very funny. That's hilarious. So that even if they knew we had the Soul of Existence in hand, they could not take it here, which is kind of funny. All right, sure. So they get the react. What are they gonna name here? I guess is a better question. Like, I feel like more likely than not they should name blue. Okay, they named red. I guess that makes sense. All right, what's the follow-up? Codex? No codex. Okay, I don't think we need to agile wind up here because we have like a pretty decent odd of. Maybe we should do this just to be safe, honestly. I feel like there's like a decent chance we whiff on the horror. I feel like that seems right. But I could also end up getting punished. Like, I think here we would have whiffed, right? Okay, so the wind-up was definitely worth it there. It's pretty cool. I'm at least having a good time playing this. This is so much fun. Playing with Purple Fable is something that I didn't think I'd ever like be able to do in Flesh and Blood, which is really cool.
Because you thought it was going to be Green Fable.
I thought it was going to be Green Fable, first and foremost. Let's just swing with Axigor. Then we arsenal the Blood Deck card just to like have it for safekeeping. We do have 21 cards in our banished zone at this point, which is like a lot. But I guess we can always like flip into Plasma Fet, sure, almost assuredly. I feel like we're deemed probably not worth it. But let's see. I missed the deck tech. Are you running the Shad and Death Hydra? I love that card. I too also love that card, but we're not running it this video. Mainly because I don't know if it's actually good or not. Let's just take the lead now. Interesting. 3 cards in hand and just sending a Leave No Witnesses is weird. Okay, sigils I guess makes sense. Is there any reason to play the Doomsday now versus later? I don't think so, right? Sorry, I'm just thinking if there's anything I actually want to do here. Alright, so we played the Dread Screamer. And we just like hold on to the Soul Harvest just in case. Well, we do have all the blood that we could ever possibly want and more. So I think we do this and we try to arsenal the Doomsday. Is that the plan? I think like baiting them into sending a CNC seems reasonable because I don't think we've seen one yet. So they're kind of overdue to probably have a CNC at some point. As Shad Death Hydra was a 1 or 2 of in the past minigame with some fatigue decks, paired it with Tear Limb from Limb or Convulsion, swing either 26 or 14 Dominate. I could see it being good. For some reason, I thought that card was like bad for a long time. Maybe it's actually good enough now. All right, let's see what they got. Should be able to dodge a Codex here. Sure. I imagine they're probably getting Leave No. Okay, makes sense to me. So we do want to be careful here. So I think what we want to do is we want block 2 so that we go into flip range, right? And then we're not technically banishing any cards here. So we take 2, we go to 15. we play out the Doomsday in response. They banish a card, and then we're going to try to flip into Plasmafet this turn. I think that's the line. Because we're not technically getting any blood debt here, or we're not paying for the blood debt this turn. It seems good. Is there any reason that we want to swing with the Plasmafet over the Hexagore? Whenever Plasmafet attacks, you may banish a card check from your hand. If you do, banish a card from the defending hero's soul. I think we just want to swing with this just so we IP the blue. Is that the idea? I think that's the idea. I guess it doesn't really matter that much. It's kind of funny, though. I don't think you want to flip, you'll mill all your cards, but we have 2 blues, right? Is there a reason to not flip? Frailty? Oh, Frailty, yeah, I guess that's a reason. Plasma is more damage. Yeah, I did forget about the Frailty token. But we get to keep 2 blues. Is that... How does the actual flip work? Hold on, I haven't read this. While it's in inventory, blah, blah, blah. Turn face down if you lose play for blood debt. So does this all happen at the same time? I knew Hex Gauntlet was going to be the main... Okay, so should I Hex Gauntlet here to not flip? Is that what I'm supposed to do? So if I hold on, I'm asking chat here. Sorry, this is me not playing Levia for a long time. Should I Hex Gauntlet here to not flip into Plasmafet, or do I actually want to flip here and just keep? Would I keep 2 cards? You think we do want a Hex Gauntlet? Okay. And then we turn just something random face down. I don't think it matters. Just flip it will be funny. Okay, Rob. That's very helpful. Okay. So we pass here, and then we just skip. Seems like a decent time to gauntlet. Okay. I didn't know how the sequencing of that actually worked. So it's like you flip, and then you banish after the flip. Is that how that works? The shakedown is going at the Plasmafet. Sure. Okay, interesting. So is now the time to flip? You could also play out the Deadwood Rumbler. I don't think that's necessarily bad. Like, this actually might be the time to flip because we have, like, a 3-card hand plus the Engulfing Shadows in Arsenal. And then we also have 2 Engulfing Shadows in the bin. Is this maybe the opportunity that we just, like, go for it? I think it's this turn, right? We do this instead. Take as much deck as we can and then flip and throw our deck at them for a second time. Okay, so we should maybe attempt to stay here, or like stay in the normal Levia. Sorry, this is hard. I kind of almost want to like flip here just so we can like guarantee we're doing this, but maybe that's not right. Maybe we just do this instead. I guess we can like turn over the Graven Gloves. It's like maybe worth it. Alternatively, we turn over like a Wild Ride. Or this is face banish a card. So I think we want to maintain our graveyard, right? So I guess we banish. Banishing the glove seems worth. Maybe. Let's try that. Sorry, this is like a learning experience, so I apologize. You'll flip if you don't banish your... Oh, that's a good point. Hold on. Let me do this instead. So I need to banish my own cards so that we don't flip. Okay, right, that makes sense. So we can banish a 6 like this Wild Ride, I guess. Okay, so that guarantees don't flip yet, keep going. Okay. Gotcha, that makes sense. Thank you, Levia backseaters in chat, I appreciate it. Okay. I was trying to make sure. So I know it's also awkward, right? Because if the opponent ever deals enough damage to me where I can't go into range, then it gets awkward, right? Are we at that point yet, though? I don't think we are. So we can take one more. Okay, and excessive blood loss. I think this one we do need to block. So we do. How do we do this? Because we can't go below 14, right? That's how it works. So we gotta do this and this maybe? Or maybe we do like this and this and play the Rumbler and try to go one more. I feel like we're getting greedy though, because if they ever deal 1 damage to us, then we don't get Plasma Fit, right? Like maybe we're supposed to just keep... I think it's now time to flip, right? It kind of feels like now is the time to flip. If we flipping, we want the D-React in our Banish Zone so we can use D-React from Banish Zone on their turn. I think I'm forced to flip now. Okay, so we're going to go for the flip now. So I think we do this. I think we still have 2 of the D-React and the Banish still, so it might not matter. But I think now I'm just going to Hexagore flip end of turn. Is that the move? I don't know if I sideboarded this correctly, so you'll have to kind of bear with me. I think we were probably like supposed to like board into like the more fatigue package. I just haven't played against an Azuri in a million years. All right, so now we flip, transform, Arsenal neither. Then we have a 3-card hand. Then we hope to not get surgical extractioned or codexed. Could happen though. I don't think we lose if we lose 1 card necessarily, but multiple cards might be bad. Turn an ally in their graveyard face down. It hits, destroy that ally. Okay, that's fine. Unless they have the flip for it. Okay, I think we figured it out. So now what do we do? All right, we have 1,000,000 cards off the screen. We can play out a Dread Screamer or just like a Go Against sources, I imagine the play. Hold on, sorry, I'm like looking through the graveyard. We also have Endless Maw. Yeah, I think generally it's best to flip if you can when you get at least 2 of the Blood Debt D-Reacts and Banished. I think we did that, which is good. Let's go ahead and start, I guess, with a Shadow Realm Horror, because I think that has the high roll opportunity to let us play like another card this turn. Okay, so we didn't quite get there, but that's fine. It still gets Go again, which is at least good. So I think we're still chilling. We get to send basically 13 this turn, which is not bad. So as long as they don't find the surgical or like another codex or something, we should still be in decent shape. And they didn't have a last turn. You never get to play with SHR as Plasma Hit since they go face down. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Because it banishes, they go face down and banish. You never get to play it. I see. Makes sense. Sorry, I'm learning things that we've known for multiple years. Or maybe a year at this point. When did Shadow Realm Horror come out? It came out like semi-recently, right? Maybe not. Maybe it's been a minute. So we can play on another Shadow Realm if we want, which has all hits, or mostly hits at this point. So I guess we like might as well. Seems good. It was Mistveil? That's crazy. This deck has a ton of jank interactions. I kind of love it though. That's what I like the most about this deck, is it just seems like it's very interesting, like all the kind of different lines you can take and stuff. It's cool. Shadow Realm Horror was Mistveil, one of Levia's strongest moments, overshadowed hilariously. I remember when people were talking about Levia being like S tier in Mistveil, but now she's like getting an entire armory deck functionally. I don't think there's any real reason to block here. And we just get to keep kind of going here. So we have another Dread Screamer we can play out. We also have the Corrupt and Conquer, but I don't think that's ever necessarily worth it. We're gonna kind of run out of go again here a little bit eventually. So they can kind of maybe just keep blocking. We do also, I guess, have the Convulsions. But this requires cards in graveyard, which is a bit awkward. I'm more stoked for Usurp than I thought I would be. I think a lot of people are pretty stoked for it. It kind of seems like it's got very MST vibes. Alright, they had a Sigil in Arsenal all this time. How many D-Reacts do we think they have left? They've used pretty much all of them. Alright, we have... Hold on. Okay, so we don't have anything in graveyard, so I guess we can play out the Corrupt and Conquer at this point. Might as well, right? It's basically CNC. Seems pretty good. We are kind of getting to the danger zone, though. I think this is partially my fault because I didn't board for, like, full-on fatigue. Which we had Scab. Yeah, I think I misboarded because I was, like, distracted by a work thing. That's my bad. Okay. We're still, like, kind of learning the deck, which is at least good. But yeah, Scabs would have been kind of nuts. Alright, them pitching a Surgical is mildly concerning. And then this is maybe looking like Codex. That would be unfortunate, but I don't know if there's much we can do about that. Yeah, I think if it's Codex, we probably just lose. But that's or no, sorry, they don't have another Codex. So we're maybe fine here. If they have like a 6 power, it could be a little dangerous. Because now we have to give 2 cards. Okay, I might have like messed this one up, but that's on me. I think this game was probably winnable if we board correctly. That's okay though. I guess now, is there anything we could do? I guess we could like Endless Maw. We probably are cooked here though. Do we have the CNC again? Yeah, this is okay. Endless Maw, you think? Okay. I don't know if the Endless Maw necessarily does it here, because we still... They only get to keep, I guess... They can potentially keep 2 cards if they wanted to. I think if we had the little fatigue package that I had, I think it goes maybe a little bit better. Oh, looks like Fabry. Okay. Fabry like locked me out. Give me 1 second. Let me open this on like another tab. I think if we had the little fatigue package I had originally, would have gone maybe a little bit better. Okay, so it'll give us 2 cards. And now I think we just died a dagger, right? Unlucky. Unfortunate. I think for what it's worth, we did have like a way to potentially beat this. All right, we'll see. Good game as well. I think we did have a way to beat this for what it's worth. Like I think we're supposed to board in like the Howl from Beyond for the extra fatigue density, and then like maybe fat deck slightly with the Engulfing Shadows. I forget exactly how I board. I think I boarded like a flat 60, didn't I? So maybe we like fat deck into this and bring in the Husk and the Scabs, and then that gets there. I think that like that was a misboard on my part. We weren't dead. We had D-React, but we probably don't get. Oh yeah, it's true. I guess we did have the what do you call it? The Engulfing Shadows. I think that like still. Hold on. Maybe that doesn't work because we take 2 cards. We get to Engulfing again. Take 2 cards. Engulfing again. Wait, maybe we do get there. Hold on. Maybe I punted. They have 5 cards left. I think we were very close. Oh, sorry, I forgot. I completely forgot about the Engulfing Shadows. So, does that actually win us the game? Maybe that does. Sorry, I was getting distracted. Okay, we actually might have had that game just based on the Engulfing Shadows, but I think I was like thinking that I was getting like boarding wrong. All right, we're gonna we're gonna discount this game. I think that game was like very, very winnable. All right, let's go ahead and see if we can get another. I think they get there if they can keep 2 cards. Well, the question is like, can they keep 2 cards? Which they would have. So we dagger. We didn't have endless next turn because we only had 2 graveyards, so I think we lose it. Okay, as long as we lose anyways, I think that's fine. All right, playing against a Vincent. Blood Harvest is such a well-designed card. I think that card's really cool. All right, let's go first in Vincent so we can maybe fill up the graveyard here. And then how do I board? We could run the null runes. Do we even want AB in this matchup? I don't know that you do. Maybe we do. Maybe we just treat this as kind of like a grind fest. I have like no idea. Maybe we just like run 62, cut the pull from Beyonds or something. Norin Fatiguish board. Okay, I'm gonna try something like this and see how it works. Okay, let's try this. A, be good, but don't play defensively. Okay, these are good tips. Thank you all. Okay, we have like a pretty decent opener. You can just like play out the Agile wind up. Arsenal Tear. Seems pretty good. This matchup is kind of cursed for Levia though, IMO. Alright, we'll see how bad it is. I think we'll Arsenal... Do we want Arsenal to Tear or the Maw? Let's maybe Arsenal to Tear. Okay, this hand could be really interesting, but it also could be not that interesting. Could be worse, could be Viserai. Is Viserai also a bad matchup? Okay, they have a Gate to Earthil. What does this card do in Levia? Alright, so we take the Blood Debt. Like, what are they trying to play out? I have no idea. New Viz is probably get bad for similar reasons to Vincent. Maybe. I have no idea. I am not an expert on this deck, so you'll have to bear with me. We do have like a pretty good turn lined up next turn, though. I guess the question is like whether or not we want to actually get greedy with the Tear Limb from Limb. Depends what we draw, I guess. Carcass. Oh, Feasting Carcass next. Oh, so you can play it out. Oh, gotcha. Makes sense. Oh, that's kind of cool. Sorry, I'm like learning all the new cards for the first time. I guess this isn't a new card necessarily, but it's like kind of a new card, like them playing it with the gates, which is kind of interesting. Are we getting greedy here with the Tear? I kind of want to. We have 3 cards in hand, but we can also just like Wild Ride, and that's like also pretty good. So what do we do with this hand? I guess is a better question. We can do Wild Ride pitching. I think we just go for it, right? You think it's better to just ride under Blood Rush Bellow? Yeah, maybe that's better. Sorry, I'm just trying to think here. Let's play out the Blood Harvest, I guess. Okay, so let's try to not Tear Limb from Limb here. But I think we're gonna Blood Rush Bellow, or we're gonna try to see if we can hold the Endless Wall and like hit something off the top, maybe. It's gonna be weird. Okay, they're gonna call first, which is annoying. Oh, they're doing this because we played Soul of Existence. I was so confused. I was like, wait, how are they actually playing this? Oh no, we got ruined by Soul? That's crazy. This is very funny. I was like, how the fuck are they playing this as an instant? That's hilarious. Okay, well I got fucking owned. That's so funny. Well, we can Hexagore for +4. I guess that's still kind of worth it. Whatever. That okay. Maybe don't run Soul of Existence. I think we swing weapon. Why not? We get to send 8 and we take 4. I think that's worth it, right? Seems worth it ish. The Soul of Existence turning on Cole is so troll though. Oh, I hate that. I think there's also like a little guy screaming in the gem. That's kind of cool. If you like zoom in on it, there's like a little face. I think, or it looks like a face. So you want a short game in this matchup. Interesting. This is like kind of annoying. I think we maybe just like husk this though. Seems like probably worth. All right, give them the husk. I think there's some god trapped in there or something. That's pretty cool. I don't know. I always just love the Flesh and Blood art design. They always kind of kill it. Okay, so how is our hits looking? So we always turn on Blood Screamer, which is good. But we don't always get to Hexagore if they have like another Cull, which would be kind of annoying. But I guess we still maybe go for it anyways. I don't know. I don't know if we want to tear there, because like we're kind of getting 12 face up versus like 12 potentially. Feels like it's not necessarily the tear limb from limb hand. I felt like a good carrying husk at least though. It seemed like to me. I still have a Deathly Whale in there somewhere. Okay. I'm not seeing any rune chants though, which seems pretty good for me. Oh, they have another Cull here? Okay, no Cull. So we take 2 here, get to send 4. Seems not bad. Doesn't seem too bad at all. And also, thank you all for stopping by. A lot of folks in chat today, but I guess I haven't streamed in a while. But I appreciate y'all. How are y'all doing this Friday? It's been a fun stream though. I'm having a good time. All right. I'm so hyper for Levia set. Fun to watch someone playing her. Yeah, I think a lot of people are trying to play her on Talshar right now. She seems like from what we've seen, she gets a lot of consistency pieces, which is really cool. I think what she needs is like another kind of like wild ride-esque effect, or like what they did with like aggressive pounce in Rhinar, where she just needs like another go again tool. It's probably the move. Like just give her some extra source of go again that's maybe not wild ride, and then she gets really good. I think she's like already like not bad though. This might be a flesh bag turn depending on what they go for here. But yeah, she's looking to be like in a really good spot. Close to playing the Doomsday as well. Interesting. Could also like pitch the Doomsday to play Tear Limb from Limb. Oh, they're running Become the Shadow Lord. Banish card from your hand if it's a Rune Blade, create a Rune Chant. Okay, so they get the Gate to Irithels in Vinset, which is interesting. Huh. I didn't realize this wasn't like a Viscerai spec, but I guess that kind of makes sense. Interesting. I'm very curious what else Malice has in her kit. The new Blasmo is crazy if you somehow attack with it. How do you attack with it, though? Is there a way to actually attack with the new Plasma Fet? Oh, like if they like print a card that lets you attack with Plasma Fet. Yeah, that could also be really cool. I think I'm interpreting that as what you're saying. I get you. I can see that coming. But it also kind of would be cool if they didn't. It just kind of like sits there. I could also see that being the case. Okay, so what do I want to do here? I kind of want to just play... Well, I guess that doesn't really play around Succumb, right? Because they can play it as an instant anyways. Is there any reason to really Scowling here? Because, like, Scowling doesn't play around Succumb, right? I think we're just supposed to, like, say no blocks here, or, like, we could Scowling, but I don't know what it necessarily accomplishes. I don't know if there's a point to Scowling. I guess we could actually give Scabs, so that way if they close the chain, play Flail. I guess they can always just Flail after, though. I'm just going to say no blocks. Not going to overthink it. Pray they don't have it. Yeah, I don't think they give him an attack for nothing. Arms is for panic button, but it's weird that we have it that he has a 6 attack. Okay. Oh yeah, for Plasma Fett. Sorry. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I think having Plasma Fett attack could be really weird and limited. Allies seem kind of broken and limited if they can attack, right? Like, it feels like it's not that hard to get that Plasma Fett out. At least, because it seems like it's printed on a common, which is kind of funny. I don't know. I think he has an attack stat just for anti-ally effects. I could see that being the case. Like for Midas Touch or whatever. That could be reasonable. Oh, they're activating the gate. Wait, why? Oh, they can play out like a Malefic? That's pretty good. Oh no, it has to Blood Death. So nothing. Oh, they can play out the fasting, I guess? Okay, they can only do the fasting. Sure. So the fasting on the eulogy. Play that. Sure. It seems like fine for me, though. And then this gets go again so they can swing afterwards. Sure. We do need to make sure that we're not taking too much so that we could actually flip here if we wanted to, but maybe we're not actually going for flip this game. We don't really have anything like we want to play off flip, so maybe it's like right to just take the damage here. I mean, we could also just like go to 14 pretty reasonably if we just like do this and this. But then we're like losing the flesh bag, which feels kind of bad. Yeah, the demons I think are the coolest part of the shadow. Like, I think it's kind of cool when they give heroes like very rare allies that are kind of interesting. But I feel like that also like makes the game swingy, so like I kind of see why they do and don't do that. I think what we're gonna do here is just like give 4 armor, and then that puts us at 14, so we have the option to flip if we want to. I don't know if we like should necessarily try to go for it though. Feels weird. Like, I feel like I'm doing this just to have the option of flipping. I don't know. Play Wild Ride, hold priority for Blood Harvest. Seems like a good plan. Well, don't we want to tear limb from limb first? I feel like I'd rather tear since I already have the blue in hand, right? Like, we do tear first and just see what happens. Because I kind of think we need to just kind of kill them at this point. I think I'm going to go for the tear. Could also Wild Ride first, potentially. Oh, yeah, sorry, yeah. I think Tear seems pretty good. Let's just see what we hit first, and then we don't have to... Like, I want to keep as many hits in hand as possible. Okay, so they hit the blood... Or we hit the Blood Harvest, which is fine. Now the question is, do we roll Scabs? Do we need to roll Scabs? Is a better question. I don't think we need to, right? Because as long as we hit on the Wild Ride, it should be fine. And we're still sending like minimum 12 here anyways if we whiff. So it seems okay. And then we can follow up either with the Hexagore or I guess now a Shadow Realm Horror. I think this worked out. I don't know if it was correct though. Was there a better line, chat? Maybe there was. Zero's hard. But I do like heroes that are a little bit difficult. So now we have the option to play the Shadow Realm versus Hexagore, which would take an additional 2. But then that would put us at a Plasma range. Which I don't know if we want necessarily. Okay. And then do we want the option to banish a Wild Ride? Probably. So you have 2 whiffs technically. Might have been better to use Blood Harvest in response to Terror. So the idea was that I wanted to like keep as many 6s in hand as possible. But maybe it's right to have the extra, like we already have the Soul Harvest is like a redundant blue. That was my idea, at least in case we like did hit a brick off the top. It like increases our odds of being able to do something. I think we're just playing out the Shadow Realm Horror here, right? Just because it's like better value technically. Like 2 card 7 and still keeps us in flip range. Would make it more comfortable to Hexagore here and save Horror for more value later. It's potentially true. Again, you'll have to bear with me. This is not a expert Levia stream. This is someone wanting to take a break from Marlin, so I can kind of start to see the lines though. Oh, we have Reckless. Let's go. The problem is we do not have the hits for Reckless. So that's a little awkward. Or I guess we can... No, we can still kill them here because we just AB. Alright, we got there against the Vincent, which is still pretty cool. Alright, so we just AB a little bit here. Kill them. The problem with Tear first is you could have ended up with nothing terrible. Soul Harvest costs 6. Doesn't Soul Harvest cost 3? Or Blood Harvest? Oh, Soul Harvest, the other one, the other blue that we pitched, right? Okay, that makes sense. Sorry, I was mixing up my card names. I thought you were talking about the Blood Harvest. They all kind of sound very similar. Alright, but I think we got it. Reckless swing pretty good. Pretty nasty. That was kind of a cool game. I could kind of see how this matchup could be pretty bad if they just like kind of roll hot and go first, but kind of felt like we were able to kind of roll them pretty badly there. That was a fun one. Alright, let's see if we can get another. Ending games like it's 2019 is true. I guess you had a Wild Ride or Blood Harvest either way, just the risk of that card. That makes sense, I guess. Okay, Aurora is a matchup I feel like I struggled into. I don't know if... Do we want first or second? I'm going to lean towards second, just because it's a little bit of an aggro matchup. So I think we want Hellhammer in this matchup, if I'm not mistaken. And I feel like Carrion Husk is still kind of fine. Your build is kind of odd, trying lots of new cards, but it sacrificed a lot of Vin's current consistency. That makes sense. Like, I feel like they weren't able to send Deathly Whales kind of as frequently. So maybe bring in the Sen packings here. Or some other stuff. Aurora is a matchup I struggle with. Oddly introspective, true. Let's try it like... Or I guess we do want Null Rune probably, right? I made Null Rune's cope. Let's run Hex Gauntlets because it's fun. I don't know. I also... Okay, sure, fair enough. I am also not necessarily an expert, so I can understand struggling into myself. That's fair. Okay. So we get to start with an... Still get to start with an Agile Windup here, which is pretty good. I still don't know if going second here is correct, but it feels like it prevents them from sending like we get to like fill our graveyard is the nice part. If they do kind of go for something like this. So we're gonna leak a little bit of arcane damage, but I think this is like fine, right? I don't know if AB is like kind of coping this matchup. It kind of feels like it might be. I think I'm just like trying to max fill my graveyard as much as possible here. Also just gives us like as much filtering as possible. Alright, I think that ended up pretty good for us. So now we can go... We have the Corrupt and Conquer, which seems pretty good. We can Dread Screamer into Corrupt and Conquer. But that starts our Blood Debt, which I don't necessarily know if we want that yet. Could also play like Convulsions. No, Convulsion seems wrong. I guess we're wasting the agility here, but I think it's like kind of fine doing this. I guess we could also pop the hooves, but that seems excessive. Interesting. Let's try this. I don't know if that's the right play. We could have popped the hooves for initial +6, but then we're like losing our Hellhammer, which seems decent. I don't know. I have agility. Yeah, I know I have it, but I don't think there's anything else I could have done on that hand. Like, I could have played the Corrupt and Conquer first, technically. If I played Corrupt and Conquer first and then, like, ended on Hellhammer, maybe that was right? Like, I knew I had the agility token. I just don't think there was anything better to do that with that hand unless we were, like, ending on Hellhammer. Which maybe that is the play. We'll see. Okay. Alright, they have Burn Up Shock, sure. Alright, into Serenade, also fine. I just want to fuel, like, block a little bit this turn, maybe fuel up the Blood Debt, and then just kind of prevent the Burn Up Shock, and then set up agility for next turn. Seems worth. I kind of also want them to try to play around the scaling as long as possible. This matchup seems hard, though, when I was playing it earlier. We'll see if chat can backseat me to a victory here again, though. Alright, red Succession into Skizzik, sure. Alright, coming in for 5. Going second and not being attacked is worse than going first. That's true. That is a good... I'm kind of glad that they attacked me on turn 1, if I'm being honest. Let's go ahead and just try to block out the Burn Up Shock. It's not the worst thing in the world if we do end up getting hit, though. Let's see. Alright, they're going to go for the gold pop here, sure. I think Levia will run better with more banishing cards getting revealed for IAR. You can do away with most of the brute stuff and just focus on the shadow cards. That kind of seems like my thought as well. Okay, so we can like give Husk plus hooves here or something like that. It's kind of funny that you can like run Carrion Husk into Aurora and potentially have it be correct. Could also just send... oh, they're doing buff power instead. Okay, interesting. Isn't it better to just do Scorpio on the back? I don't know. This seems fine. I think what we do is actually Hellhammer. Oh, I guess they can still do this. Oh, right. I guess that makes sense. Sure. Oh, and it gives it the +1. Ah, okay, they got me. I forgot about the snap. I guess we like force them to use snaps though, so maybe it's not that bad. All right, I got tricked there. I think Levia. Sorry, I wrote that comment. Okay. Hoping that she'll gravitate to running Blood Dripping Frenzy instead of the Blood Rush Bellow. Oh, no lightning attack action on the chain. Okay, sorry, I missed that. I forgot that this deck is like mostly generics at this point. So we can turn off the Blood Depth for this turn by just sending the Hellhammer, which seems fine. If this attack, banish it. Yep, okay. And then we just set up agility. So it seems okay. Like, we kind of only took like very little damage through their gold crack turn. So like maybe this ends up actually being fine. I think this ends up working out. Yeah, it still seems like a decent exchange. Ooh, and we can potentially play out a Blasmo next turn. That's really good. Only downside of this hand is it's a bit weird. Do I want to Scowling this turn, I guess is a question. Could also just like make them play around it for a couple of turns, which I think is reasonable. I tell my opponents ninjas to take first and pass, and I've never won a match. It seems reasonable. I think you like, do you just like always want to go first on this hero? It kind of seems like you kind of do. Alright, take a little bit of damage. But we do kind of have a decent follow-up next turn. We can even potentially Hex Gauntlets to like... is there a way to actually make this work? We do... Play the Doom... I think it... Sorry, it feels like there's a weird puzzle in this hand that I don't fully see. So we Dread Screamer... Play out the Soul... I don't think we need to destroy... Is there like... I don't think it matters here since we're doing both of these anyways. Save Scowling for the first Arc Lightning. That seems reasonable. So then we play out another Screamer, but the problem is with this is we go to like no cards in yard, which feels kind of suspect. But I guess we are getting like close to Blasmo range, so maybe it's fine. Oh, excuse me. 1 second. Alright, Doomsday. I guess we get to swing. Seems good. Play Doomsday while first Dread is on the chain to clear it. Oh, I see what you're saying. So we wanted to banish the Doomsday from the yard so we don't have a whiff. Oh, that's smart. Okay, that's a good tip. So we could have actually like gotten this out of the yard, potentially keeping a 6 in the yard if we played it out earlier. That makes sense. That's one of those like good practice things you probably have to like get into the habit of doing. All right, Arc Lightning. So now is the turn where we probably want to use the Flesh Bag if we can help it. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and pop it here. Hope they don't have like a press or something in hand. Seems good. We might be not flipping Blasmafet here though, is the only concern. But I guess it doesn't matter if we have like the ally on the board, right? Maybe it's fine. And this hand might just like kill them. But yeah, that's a good tip. Also, yeah, our graveyard's really bad at this point, so having the 6 there would have probably been very helpful. For what it's worth, though, we can still like Gauntlet and Hooves to potentially go a bit wider here, so maybe not all is lost. Our hand probably needs a bit of help here, though. You can get a 6 with the Blood Rush Bell. That's true, but I think we had the opportunity to like get rid of, because we currently have 3 bricks, so we could have made our graveyard like a little bit better. Okay. This card, one of the Shadow Realms. Draw some goodies, hopefully. Those are some goodies. The problem is we have so many whiffs. I think we start on the wild ride in this case then, because we want to try to risk. We might lose the Shadow Realm Harbor, but we might also lose the Boneyard, which would be really good for us. So let's start with the ride. See what happens. This is bad. Maybe it's not that bad. It's pretty bad. We need to turn off the Blood Debt this turn. Huh. Was there a better thing to do here? Maybe there was. I guess we still get to send... Does this get buffed? This does not get buffed by Blood Rush is the only issue. Maybe drawing the red there was unfortunate. It still, like, maybe works out, though. Probably not. I guess we just swing 6 and then Hex Gauntlet. Oh, wait, we can banish a Shadow card. From your hand if you do maybe banish. I don't think that helps us necessarily, though. I guess we can, like, put a Corrupt and Conquer in the yard. I don't think that matters, though. Okay, this is an interesting game. Yeah, I guess we can still... Oh, I guess that means we don't have to use the gauntlets now. Okay, that's pretty good. I think we're still probably toast here, but maybe we can use Plasma Fett to carry us. Ooh, another Burn Up Shock's really bad, though. Alright, that might be dead. But we will see. I think we probably have to, like, eat the Burn Up here. And then just hope they can't, like, ping us out. We'll do our best here. So what is the ideal that we keep here? We keep like Shadow Realm, blue, like Shadow Realm and blue maybe, and then get to like go Shadow Realm into Plasma Fett or something like that. That's assuming we get to actually like keep cards this turn, which seems unlikely. I don't think there's any real reason to like double block here, because I think we're almost always doing it. Hex to Hooves. Or yeah, that was my idea for this turn. I think we're still probably dead here if they have like a press. I imagine. Okay, they have a Nimby instead. Sure. Okay, so now we give them the Hungering. Yeah, we're dead to press, but that's okay. So we're going to be taking 5 from the Skizik. Because we double block, we take the 5. They send him with Scorpio. It's pretty bad. This is like pretty close though. Oh wait, they don't have Goguen. Wait, how do they get Goguen here? They don't? They could have Blink, I guess. Or no, but Blink doesn't give Goguen, so it doesn't buff it. I think we're just going to try to go for the winning play, I guess, which is just double block. That was weird. I feel like we should not be alive here necessarily, but hey, this works out. I don't know. Do we need an action point here? Probably not. Huh, that was weird. We stay winning, I guess. We should not be alive there. Almost assuredly. Something went horribly wrong on that opponent's hand. Is it because they burnt their snaps before? Yeah, I think that actually ended up being good for us. As crazy as that is. Wild. Yeah, I don't think we should be alive here necessarily. But I will not complain. And I think we still eat their whole hand here, so like, what do they even do? I have no idea. And we still also just like have our hooves up, so if they like give up the tempo, we're almost assuredly going to be able to send another 12 at them. kind of. I thought we were dead for sure there. I was like playing it up like we were about to lose the game like on the spot there, but like I don't know why they did that necessarily. Okay, Surge, sure. Oh, okay, we have like Boneyard here. We could still. No, we're not in that much trouble. We go to 5. I guess we can even like potentially block with the Beast Within because we don't need the extra resources here. This seems okay. I think we still like wipe their hand next turn. So as long as we don't like horribly brick on the next hand, it should be okay. So let's do this. Do ability. I guess we could have done this. I guess we could have done this like in response to a Blasphemous to like hide a little bit of information. And then we'll just pass here. Interesting. 6 and a 6 Arsenal Boneyard. I kind of wanted to. I guess it didn't matter here, but like, I kind of want to just like pad the life total with the Beast Within. Maybe it's worth it to keep the Beast Within so we keep the Boneyard. But how high priority is the Boneyard? Maybe it's decent. All right, that was a pretty good game. I feel like our opponent like bricked really hard there, so like I don't know if that was necessarily much to write home about, but it's still a pretty fun game. Yeah, these Aurora decks are interesting. They're always just like a pile of generics. All right, let's grab a couple more games here. I'm having fun at least. It's been nice to take a little bit of a break from Marlin because I know we've been practicing that deck a lot. The Mirror. I feel like this could be a little bit of a grindier game, but I also have no idea. Is this an aggro race or is this like a grind fest? Alright, good luck, have fun. Alright, what do we want to do in the Levia Mirror? I assume Husk is good, Scowling's good. I have no idea how fast this matchup is supposed to be. This is a good question. Let's assume that it's like reasonably fast. I don't think it's like Hellhammer fast though. Maybe we'll try something like this and then is pulping good? I kind of want to try this pull from Beyond card. We haven't gotten to play it tonight. Although send packing like might be decent. I'm gonna try just running it kind of normal-ish and see how this goes. Okay, it looks like we have similar-ish setups. Although they have the Bone Breaker, which we are not currently running. Our hand is up there in terms of like the worst Flesh and Blood hands I think I've seen. Oh boy. This is concerning. What do we do on this hand? Is this unironically Blood Rush just to get cards out of our hand? Pass back? Okay. I guess. I don't think our hand got better. It's concerning. Kinda hilarious though. Alright, Pound of Flesh, Boneyard Mara, sure. Are we just like Recco swinging here? And like hoping we don't discard the Call to the Grave? Let's see how this goes, I guess. Alright, discarding the Soul of Existence I think is good for us. But like not good for us? Interesting. That there's a Cinder Block? Reasonable. Yeah, that might be top 10 worst Levia hands of all time. Alright, what do we want to put in the yard? We could just like put a Beast Within the yard and try to YOLO into like a attack off the top. I think that's reasonable. Okay, Rumbler's good. I like this play. Just try to fill the yard up a little bit. I think that's like a reasonable line. Okay, they're gonna fill their yard in response. Their graveyard looks like it's a little bit better than ours at this point, but at least they're not doing anything next turn, so maybe it's fine. Okay, now we have a Blood Rush hand. So maybe this ended up working out. I guess we might as well just like go for it. And then is Screamer good at this point? We have 3 hits. Could I even just go for the hooves here? Like hooves plus the Hex Gauntlets. Or could I even just like go for Endless Maw? I guess the question is like how early we want to actually pop the hooves. Alright, so we did hit on the Endless, which is good. I feel like we might as well hooves if we're on a Blood Rush turn, right? It doesn't matter what they hit with the Scowling here. Okay, they're not going to Scowling us. Makes sense. And then we just like follow up with the Mark of the Beast. Seems good. At least you didn't draw it when you had 10 plus blood debt. That's fair. I think we kind of... This was like a decent turn, I feel like. I mean, nothing crazy for a Blood Rush turn, but like, fine. Ooh, okay, they get the Shadow Realm Horror though. That's pretty good. Although we could just try to snipe their pitch card in hand if they have like a blue. Is this a good Scowling? It kind of feels like it's a good Scowling. Because we're denying the Hexagore and... Like, we're denying like 8 damage with the Scowling or something like that. Or 6 damage at minimum. I think this seems like the move. They have a 1 cost... oh, they do have a 1 cost. Oh, wait. Yeah, that's a good point. Oh, yeah, they have Boneyard. Okay, if they didn't have Boneyard, I think that would have been good. Sorry, yeah. Okay, may not good anymore. So in that case, what are we doing next hand? We're probably like Dread Screaming, pitching a windup or something, or like pitch here, keep both the windups, just to play around the Scowling. This seems good. They do have the Dread Screamer now. Oh, which I guess means they get to now Hexagore. That's pretty good. I feel like their start was a lot better than ours, but that's okay. We will make the best of it. So in this case, I think we're just taking the damage. You have to be careful we're not getting like too close to flip range if we're not like planning for it. I think that seems fine though. Do we have enough hits to justify just like sending the Dread Screamer? Or do we need to play this out first? We have 1 out of 3, so we have 3 hits in the yard. It's like a little bit suspect, but we're kind of behind this game, it feels like, so maybe we like kind of have to go for that. I'm gonna take the greedy line and hope it works out, but it could very well not here. Okay, so we do get to hit, which is good. I think I like taking the greedier line there just so we are more in this game, because it feels like right now we're like a little bit behind. Well, we did have one of the worst starts possible. That's true. All right, they're Scowling us now. Interesting. So I guess we like IP with the windup next turn. I think it's the play I see. We unfortunately don't get to like wind up when the banish comes back, unfortunately. But we still get to play like a Mark of the Beast and kind of fuel the banish zone a little bit. Yeah, their banish and graveyard is looking like a lot better than ours though. Our flip is awful and this we're on 17. This is gonna be rough. Yeah, I don't disagree with you. I think that start was just like so bad that I don't know if we can necessarily recover in like an aggro mirror like this. Like we didn't even get to like filter that hand, which is like brutal. Alright, but we could be... I mean, we did get the Scowling out of the way, I guess, for what it's worth. So maybe it's not, like, totally doomed. Okay, and Blood Rush maybe ends up doing something. Oh, they're playing Deep Root Evil. It seems pretty good. So we take 3, we go to 14, and then we can try to make a comeback here. I think that's going to be the play. We do also have our Hex Gauntlets if we need to turn off Blood Dev for some reason. Interesting. Did you ask James White about Mastery Pack Ranger? So that was Tegan who interviewed James White. I did not get to interview James. I guess if this Beast Within hits something, this might also be pretty good, but never lucky. Okay. Wait. No. We have a line here. We call to the grave another Beast Within, right? Or the last Beast Within. Then we Blood Rush and try to discard this other one. Is that the play? I think that's the play. Alright, we need to hit this 50-50 here, I think. Feels like a little bit greedy, but I think this line we gotta take. YOLO. Alright, that ended up being really good for us. So now we play out Wild Ride and also YOLO. Yeah. Okay. This could be good for us, but we still have to get through their Husk, which is annoying. Oh, they're also playing the Engulfing. Should I be playing this in this matchup? Maybe I should. I thought this matchup was like too fast for it, but maybe that's not correct. And I guess we're playing... I kind of feel like we need to like fuel our graveyard. I guess we could also just play the Graveling and then use this for next turn. Surely this is enough. We pray. I think we just like play the Graveling. I don't know. Because we can't flip anymore, so like the blood to like generating it doesn't matter, and this lets us like keep this card. Feels weird. We need to hope that our next hand is like bonkers strong, I feel like. Maybe that's our way out of this game. We did see like all of our blood rushes this game for what it's worth. So maybe we just need to draw better than our opponent. I don't know. Okay, Hexagore coming in. So how do we do this? Block here, and then we try to like Dread Screamer into Plasma Fed or something. Take 4, go down to 8, and then they get to flip and get like a million goodies. This is not looking good for the home team. The D-Reacts are good if you find them pre-flip, but there's no on-hits to cover, so it's a bit awkward. Alright, I have no idea what the Levia mirror is like, so y'all know better than me. So I think what we do is we try to do Dread Screamer into Doomsday Swing Blasmo. Is that like our best play? I think that might be our best play. Could also just like give them 6 here and then just play the Slaughter Beast then Blasmo. Maybe that's worse though. Let's try this, I guess. Sure. I don't know if I don't know if we're winning this game necessarily. Feels like they just have a lot more resources than we do at this point. All right, so start with the Blood Harvest. Use the ability. Then we Scream. I feel like this is about as good as it gets. You can Doomsday off Harvest and Gauntlets, I guess. I think we normally will hit it most of the time there. Interesting. Yeah, I don't think we're winning this one, but we can try. Oh, also they got to play out both of these? Is that how that works? Wait, how does Plasma Fit work? Once each turn, you may play a card with Blood Debt from your Banish Zone. Whenever a card... Wait, how? Oh, did they? Oh, they had one from hand. That's why. Okay, sorry, I caught that. Gotcha. I was confused for a second. Makes sense. All right, we are almost certainly... I guess we have fleshback. No, we're still like totally dead here, right? Almost sure. Unless it's like the best scouting fleshback of all time. Yeah, sorry, I missed that one from hand. I got it. I think for the draw we had, this was not... Okay, so for the first hand that we had, which was like a total super brick, I feel like this could have gone worse for us, I guess. Alright, so we'll give them the scowling, and then I think we're probably going to have to end up just blocking everything this turn. Most likely. I don't think there's any real world where we're able to like, keep cards here. I think we just need to like hope the Plasma Effect carries us to victory. Hope we get the best card in their hand. Alright, Hexagore. Maybe we did end up hitting the best card in their hand. Could be possible. Alright, let's hope Plasma Effect can carry us to victory. I wish her LL modifier also reset, but would be ashamed that she gets insanely good and only lasts a few months with the new goodies. I'd be very surprised if they didn't reset the modifier, if I'm being honest.
I don't think that's gonna happen, honey.
Maybe. Wait, is Blood Harvest not supposed to... Oh, wait. Wait, did this card block 3? Wait, did I think I... why did I block with this? That might be a bug. Oops. Interesting. I don't know why that blocked 3. It seems incorrect. I kind of like thought this was a 3 block at some point, but maybe it's not. Did it like actually give us 3 value? Alright, well regardless, I think we're kind of cooked here still. It's funny when my opponents get confused when they see 2D reacts. Alright, so I think they got us here anyways. Oh, it does block 3. Whoa, that's crazy. Wait, that's why I thought this was a 3 block. Yeah, it totally does block 3. Alright, that's probably a bug. So someone call the Talishar folks and get that fixed. Because that seems wrong. But I guess we'll go ahead and end it on 3 block as well. Alright, not too bad of a game for the start we had, I think. Let's see if we can get like one more game. Give him a good game. That's crazy. Definitely a bug, yeah. Yeah, Levia Mirror seems hard. I'm sure there's like some trick to it. Maybe the trick is just run the D-reacts to be a little bit more just draw better, I guess, is maybe the strat. I don't know. Alright, playing against another bin set, so we want to go first again. And let's bring in the gloves, and then how do we board before? We're still like boarding out these pull from beyonds, I think. Then we board like mildly fatigue, wasn't that what it was? I forget. It kind of felt like just killing them was maybe a better strat. I don't know. I guess we can run the same 62 and just see if it works out. And then we also want Husk and Hexacore. Okay, that looks fine. We will try it. Oh, we got Call to the Grave start. That's pretty good. Okay, let's start with the call. I think we just want to put some fodder in the yard. And let's go and get maybe like Corrupt and Conquer just for some decent fodder. And I kind of like the idea of maybe just like playing both here. Maybe we now get like some random 6. What's the best target here? Maybe like a random Graveling Growl or something. You can also just get another Corrupt and Conquer, but that's probably stretching it. Maybe like Hungering Slaughter Beast is like fine. And then I think we're just passing here. Maybe just arsenaling the Hungering. Okay, we have Agile Wind Up. We already have a Wild Ride next turn, so we should be fine to maybe just gamble. Seems good. Let's like do this and like discard the Agile Wind Up. May just kind of set us up for next turn. Alright. Don't think we want to break our hooves on this just yet. Is there a class you want to see come into Fab or a hero you want to see return for both of you? I want to see Zen return, but like in like a fair... Like, I like the sequencing of Zen a lot. I thought it was a lot of fun. Okay, that's annoying, but not the end of the world. I guess we get like Purgatory out of the way. That seems fine. Could be worse, and we have like an agility set up for next turn. Not too bad. The one thing I will say is that Soul of Existence seems kind of busted. Alright, they're Sonating for Malefic, makes sense. Hope they don't have Succumb in Arsenal, I guess is kind of the move here. Don't really want to give up my Husk this early. I kind of like want to take a bit of damage. Don't succumb me, please. Alright, we did not get succumbed, that's good. Okay, let's go for the Tearlim, I think. With Tear Hungering. Do we want to play the Tear here? I guess is the question. We do have like Dread Screamer into... I feel like we should just like gamble for it. Feels low opportunity cost because we can just like fill the graveyard. Hitting the Dread Screamer there is a bit awkward, but I guess like we can just like pump up the Maw now. Could also just go for like Hungering first and then see if we banish like 4 cards to turn on Hexagore. Hey, that's actually the move. Okay, we did turn on 4 cards. Or no, sorry, we turn on... Sorry, one Blood Deck card. So that doesn't quite work, but it's still fine. It's still like Hexagore for like 2 value at least. Maybe that's worth. Is that worth? 2 value Hexagore. Fine. Just pitch Maw to Graveling. Levia stonks, heck yeah. We gotta get aggro playing Levia too. The people crave more Betsy content. Hey Aurora chat, how's it going? But it's a Betsy. The Soul of Existence card seems kind of bonkers. That card kind of seems nuts. Just having like a 4-pitch and Brute seems like horribly broken. I kind of want to maybe just go for the Scowling here. I don't know if we're necessarily going to get a better excuse. Plus, I want to try to like protect this hand if possible. I guess we still don't really like get around Succumb is the only issue. But I think trying to keep the Blood Rush as long as possible makes sense. We're also getting to the point where we need to start using the Carrion Husk, but I think we have like maybe a little bit of room. But yeah, how's everyone doing in chat? Okay, so another 2 rune chance, and then we can banish, or we can throw the Carrion Husk in front of the widespread. And then we're going to be pitching a red to the Blood Rush, but I think that should be fine. Hopefully fine. It's maybe a little bit of a tougher matchup, is what people have been telling me. So my expectations are kind of low, but we did beat the first Vin set that we had. Okay, and they banished a Blood Harvest and a Mauve. Okay, so we got a 4 Blood Debt, which is actually kind of a good thing for us. So we need to draw some blues here. Alright, those are not blues. Can we salvage this hand? I don't know that we can. We can do like Shadow Realm Horror for go again? That seems bad. Maybe that's like our best play here though. Still feels like we're maybe kind of missing something with this deck. Maybe just unfortunate brick hand. Is Tally extra buggy today for anyone else or just me? We did find a bug with what was the card called? The Blood Harvest. Like this card blocks 3 for some reason, but that's the only bug I think I've seen today. Oh, that's a good block for us. Two blocks. Okay. Well, I was about to say this hand probably kills us, but the fact that they blocked with both of those is probably a good thing for us. Maybe means they don't have like Blood Debt next turn. Or they don't have a Rune Gate rather. Interesting. Do we want to wind up here? Probably. So that we can just do like go again on the Endless Maw into Graveling Growl. Maybe hold the hooves for a later turn. This seems fine. Trying to think if there's any world where like overpitch or do something funky, but I don't think there is. Okay, this seems good. 10-15 seems good. Many people are saying this. But yeah, I think I'm going to try to do like one more game after this one, and then we'll probably call it a night. But this has been a fun stream. The people crave Levia content, even from someone who has no idea what they're doing. Alright, let's see what they got here. I think we want to play the Graveling Growl over Hexagoring so that we don't... so they fill the yard, right? I think that seems reasonable. Because we want to like prioritize getting as many 6s in the yard as possible, and then our deck density doesn't really matter against Vincent, I feel like. Interesting. They're probably still going to try to kill us next turn with that many rune chance. Oh, we have the Reckless again. It's kind of funny. I think we're still probably priced into trying to block this out a bit, though. The problem is going to be the creepers here. Like if they can like creepers like into something, that's a little bit scary. I think we're just like full blocking, like trying to flip, ideally. But I don't know if they're going to let us do that. Levia's feeling pretty good. We've had some like kind of bonkers draws and also some very not bonkers draws. Oh shoot, you can't tear the new Conqueror. Oh yeah, that's a good point. We can't actually, because it's not a brute card, we can't use tear. That's okay though. So we still get to flip here, so we'll take 4 damage down to 13, and then we get some free cards to play. So it kind of depends how heavily the Vincent's going to be able to keep up the tempo here. We'll not banish our hoops. What is our graveyard at this point? We have 2 Dread Screamers, not bad. So if we can like block out a bit and just kind of play towards the Dread Screamers, we could be in decent shape. A little bit of a scary spot to be in though. Especially if they're just able to keep tempo super hard. Okay. This is a little bit scary. I'm kind of still like worried about what they have here, if they have like a succumb or something, but I feel like I guess they are playing this matchup. But I feel like they could have creepers it last turn. Probably. Oh, do we have 2 D-Reacts? I thought we only had the one. Am I missing something? Maybe not. Oh, we do have a D-React. Okay. I think I'm supposed to just like eat this damage and just hope they don't have succumb. We could also block 3 on this and then play towards the D-React and then like stuff succumb even if they do have it. I'm kind of feeling like greedy here though. I'm gonna say no blocks and hope they don't have it. The thing we need to like try to keep this hand to close out the game. All right, they unfortunately do have it. So that's annoying. So what do they take here? They probably just take the Blood Rush, almost surely. I guess they could also like take the blue. It's maybe also reasonable. Oh, they do take the blue. Okay. Makes sense to me. Do we have a 1 cost? We do not have a 1 cost. Interesting. It's still theoretically like Blood Rush on this hand though. Like pitch a red, Blood Rush, the Shadow Realm, draw 2 blues, profit with Hexagore somehow. It's doable. Wait, I don't think. Hold on, we don't have a D-React here. Isn't this face down? I think this is face down, right? We can't play this. Sorry, chat is baiting me. We don't have a D-React, right? This is face down, so we can't play it. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Okay. So now we need to block this. It's okay, chat. I forgive you. Okay. This is still could be worse, I guess. What do we have still? We can like play out a Mark of the Beast so we mill a little bit slower. There's some options here. The nice part is they don't really have a ton of rune chance set up, so like if they take an off turn, we can kind of punish them for doing that. See what they have here. Maybe they're just gonna get the callback though. So my thought with playing out the card is that we're probably not going to get to the scenario where it matters. Like, I don't know if it matters whether or not we play the card versus not play the card. You don't think we're going to deck out? Okay, I guess in that case, I mean, we could also just Arsenal the Blood Rush. Interesting. Okay. In that case, I guess we can just go for the Hexagore. You got this lock in. I am so locked out right now. It is like not even. I don't think we have this. Like unless they like, they would need to break like 2 turns in a row. I don't think we have this. Okay. Let me go and pitch. Sorry, I'm getting a little bit distracted. I feel like it's still not looking good here. But I guess we can like D-React this and still see. Interesting. Okay, they have the creepers here, so we might just be dead. Creepers for Sonata. Yeah, that seems pretty decent. Okay, I think we are now officially dead. No, we're not dead. Technically, we are at 1. Okay, now we're dead. They saw the extra rune chant. Unfortunate. Okay, they got us there. We will try to get one more here. Let me actually take a quick break, real quick, and I'll be back in like 5 minutes. So give me like 1 second. All right, sorry, I'm back. Give me just 1 second. I'll go and grab the last game of the night because I need to go eat some food real quick. Very excited for the new set, OMG. I'm also excited. Okay, got another bit. Let's take a break on the Vincent, actually. Let's try to see if we can get someone other than Vincent. Oh, can you send? Can I send you my list? Okay. Yeah, you can send the list though. Okay. We got an Ira here, so let's go first. Good luck, have fun. And then I think we probably want Huskin Ira. I feel like I've been seeing a lot more fatigue Ira, so I'm maybe gonna try to board like a little bit more fatigue oriented. Let's maybe fat deck a little bit and see how that works out for us. I feel like the aggro Ira we can maybe out aggro, but we will see. Okay, let's go ahead and start here. I guess we can just start with an agile windup, which seems good. Now we can't unfortunately play out either of these, which is a little rough, but we can maybe just try to hope to block here. Oh, whoops. Alright, starting with an edge. Okay, so they're on more of like a cross wraps type of Ira. Interesting. I think we just want to block a bit this turn, maybe like play out the Shadow Realm. I guess we don't have to like block here necessarily though. We can see if they have like a CNC or something. Alright, becoming the bottle, naming edge, I assume. Should be fine. The problem is we kind of have to like fill the graveyard a bit somehow. Maybe should have just like double blocked and like been open to folding the hand. Maybe that was the better line. Let's go and could just like overblock this now. This feels obviously much worse, but maybe we just like need to get cards in the yard. Feels bad, but maybe I accept. Oh, no, I can't even play out the slaughter. Oh, okay. I think I like messed up that turn really bad. Hold on, very distracted. And then we could Hexagore for 1 value. I think it's better just maybe Arsenal, the Dread Screamer. Huh. That was a weird hand to navigate. I think I did that wrong, though. Okay, let's see. So we have Call, Pull, Dread Screamer. Right, let's see what they do. I guess there's no reason to think on the edge of autumn. Okay, into Become the Bottle, naming edge. I mean, we could just like try to get them with the scaling here. It's like kind of funny. If they like have something they want to play after this, like in an act. I think I don't mind that. And then we can like pull from beyond, put a non-6 in the yard, but it doesn't matter for like Dread Screamer purposes. Let's do that. We need to find a red though. I think we like want to bottom both of these. All right, we hit a blue, which is unfortunate. It's like still maybe fine though. We do like Dread Screamer into. Maybe just like Call the Grave, fill the yard a little bit more. Get Tear Limb from Limb, but that doesn't do anything. This hero's so fucking weird. Let's do Dread Screamer. Okay, we whipped on the Dread Screamer. That's actually not a bad thing, I feel like. Because now we just get to, like, arsenal them all. Okay, I think this works out for us. Sorry, I'm doing something on the side here, so I'm not at my full attention here. But I'm probably going to cut the stream off after this game, just because I've been playing a lot. I take out Dreadroot against aggro to make sure I can full block the first 2 turns. Which one's Dreadroot? Dreadroot? Hold on. Am I reading that right? Dreadroot? I have no idea. Okay, we're gonna say no blocks in this. Wait, what card? Dread Screamer? Is that what you meant? Hold on. Maybe, I'm trying to figure out what card you're talking about. Oh, the blue 6. Oh, gotcha. That makes sense. Alright, Edge of Autumn, sure. I think they have like an Enact Vengeance or something here. Is my read? Or like some 2 for 6? Okay, I called it exactly. So you need to make sure that we cover this fully. Otherwise they can like pump and get their edge back. Alright, it still could be a decent turn for us here. Okay, and then we can... Let's maybe roll Scabs. Okay, rolling Scabs worked out here. Alright, it still ends up being pretty okay. Do like 11 into another 8, so 19. Not too shit. Or I guess we can also... Oh no, we can't Gauntlets because I mispitched. I should have pitched this one to turn on the Gauntlets. You can tell I don't play a lot of Brute. We could also like Arsenal this and just play out the Growl. Maybe it ends up being better actually. Because now we get to like sit on Arsenal. The Levia arc. I don't know if this is an arc necessarily. This is more of like a single video or stream or whatever. I do think the zero's like fun though, for what it's worth. And this hand's not too bad. We can just like block a little bit, maybe gamble on Scaps again. She has a way of convincing you. We'll see how much support she gets. If she ends up best deck in format, maybe I end up playing her for a little bit.
That's deck and format.
The best deck in format. We will see. I don't want to just like block this out, but maybe this is like a fake on hit. Let's lean towards blocking, I suppose. Alright, so pickup is fine to hit, I think. Hope they don't end on like a CNC or something, would be like mildly annoying. Not that bad. Okay. So you can do like Blood Harvest now. Use the ability. Then we could roll Scabs, or alternatively we can just play the Howl, which is like maybe the safer bet. Just a 9. like 44. Are there 44 damage turns with this hero? I feel like I've not seen those necessarily. Okay, Warmonger, sure. Doomsday is good. That seems like a good card. So I think the play is going to be let me like block 6 here, Doomsday, send the mark. Alright, Pain Vengeance is fine. Alright, Icar is, I guess, a little annoying. But sure. I think I'm just gonna go for like a block here. Maybe do like block 6, just keep the life total. Oh, I guess we can even like do this maybe. So I think we want to flip here, right? So we should stay at 14. Sorry, I've like not been wait, what? Oh, sorry, this doesn't hold on. They fixed this card. I need to remember this doesn't actually block 3. Crazy. Okay, so I don't think we can actually flip here. Which is maybe okay. We just block with the so we can't sorry, this is not a 3 block. I need to like ingrain this in my hand. It's in my head rather. So we blood harvest. So we have to gamble on scabs here. I think that's the only correct play. Interesting. Alright, roll scabs. Okay, 4 is good. Let's do ability. Do that. And I guess we can banish what here? Banish, I guess, random Doomsday, I suppose. Seems pretty good. And we just get to smack in with the big boy. Alright, I think we're doing well this game. Sorry, this has been like a little bit of a... I'm getting a bunch of work messages, so this is a little bit of a distracted last game. But I think we at least got there, which is nice. Humble... Isn't that good for us? Or no, it's bad for us, because we take 1 million damage. So we don't want to get hit by this ideally. So maybe we just do a little something like this into like Wild Ride, Gamble, Swing Plasma Foot. Seems good. Alright, we do need to like not brick. So what's lower risk? Is it lower risk to Wild Ride off the top, or is it lower risk to Yeah, I think Blood Harvest might be bugged on Talishar. I wouldn't worry too much about it. I think it's lower risk to gamble off the top. Okay, maybe not, I guess. Maybe it was better to roll scabs? I guess we still get 2 cards here, so maybe it's not that bad. Oh, we died of Blood Debt. Oh, whoops. Okay, might have punted that last game. That's okay. Wait, was there... Hold on. Wait, what was the line there? Oh, we're supposed to scabs and then mark. Isn't that what we're supposed to do? Oh, okay, I punted that game. Sorry, that's my bad. A little bit distracted on the side with some work stuff. But we will let that end the stream in embarrassment. So yeah, this has been the Levia deck again. I didn't really put I put a little bit of effort in just to like kind of theory crafting like what this deck could look like, but I feel like there are better players than me to kind of talk about Levia. I'll go ahead and post the link in chat, so if anyone wants to play this, you can go ahead and tweak it to your heart's desire. I think there's probably like a better build out there. But yeah, I had fun the stream. It was pretty good. I think Levia is probably going to be in a pretty good spot come the Usurp the Shadow Throne set, so it's going to be pretty exciting. Yeah, I will probably see you all next Monday. We might do like a little Marlin stream or something, but yeah, thank you to everyone who kind of stopped by today. My list, hold on, sorry, I can't read that message. Give me 1 second. My list appeared for you, Aurora. I will check in Discord. Oh, it might not appear in the chat. If you want to like send me a message on Discord or whatever, feel free. Okay, but yeah, with that, I'm gonna go ahead and go eat some dinner now, so I will see y'all later.